Hello everyone, and welcome in this new recording. Today I would like to give you a quick overview on a new tool that I've been working on, which I call NervForge, and you have this tool available at this URL, so you can go there if you want to give it a try on your side. And well, this is mainly just a tree generator toy project for the moment, and we have this default tree visible at the center when you start the application. First thing I would like to say on this, okay, no, before that, first thing I need to do is when you start the application, it's configured in QWERTY mode, but on my side I have a AZERTY keyboard, so I need to change that. Otherwise, I can't navigate properly. And okay, so next thing then is we're going to try to modify a bit this tree model, and then we can export this model as a GLTF object or GLTF file, so you can then import that again in another 3D application. To control the tree, we use this button to display this tree designer menu, and from there you can tweak a lot of different settings to change the display of this tree. First important thing is this component here, which is allowing you to choose a number of level of branches that you want to show. Level 1 means you only have this trunk. Level 2 means you had another layer of branches, and level 3 and level 4 on top of that. Next, yeah, I would say that you don't have that many branches for the moment, so you can just increase the density that you have for the level 2 branches, for instance. So if you go on the general level 1 tab, you can manipulate this child density. So these are actually two controls to give you a range of random values. So you will get different child density per level 1 branch, but right now we only have one. Actually, you can increase the number of root with branches like this, but yeah, I don't think we need to go this way for the moment. So yeah, let's increase the number of level 2 branches like this. Then I would like the branches to start a bit lower, so for that you change the branch less ratio, so you can reduce this and the branch will start at the bottom. But then I think the radius of the branches is a bit too big, so I can again reduce this like that. And next, yeah, those branches are going a bit up. This is because of the attraction mechanism. Currently, you have this attraction point, which is right at the top above the tree, and you can just move that. For instance, here we're moving that somewhere in this direction apparently, and if you just start turning, then you get the branches moving to different orientation, but let's just not do that. And so yeah, the default position is at the top, and you see that the branches tend to curve a bit at the top, so you can in fact control this intensity here with the attraction intensity for a given level. So that's only for the level 2. It means that level 3 are still attracted, and level 4 will be also attracted with a different power. Okay, another interesting thing then, well, maybe first also I should increase density that we have for the level 2 sub branches, so we can increase the number of level 3 branches that will be generated. But now it's a bit of a mess, so you maybe want to increase the branch less part so that you don't get those level 3 branches too close to the start point of the level 2. And next, for the level 3, we can also increase the number of sub branches. For this one, it should be okay. Okay, another thing then, which is interesting, is that when you have a lot of branches like that, it's going to be a mess, and you may have intersection between the branches. So one branch going through another, and you can in fact fix this a little bit at least, because in the curvature tab here, for instance on the level 2, you have this repulsion intensity, which will make each level 2 branch try to go away from all the other branches that were generated before it. So if you increase that, you will see that branches will try to distribute themselves around the tree to avoid well, that's another thing, but yeah, not really changing much, to try to avoid intersection and collision basically. So yeah, that's kind of looking nice, I think. Okay, I would like to change a bit maybe the level 2 curvature. We have this curve angle here, maybe a bit down and then up. Off. Nah, should be okay. Next thing is you can also control the resolution of the branches. So you can see here that you don't have the same resolution because we have more points for the large trunk here and less point here for the level 2. So if you go on the resolution for level 2, you can change the across density, and if you increase this, you're giving it a better definition across the branch section here. Alright, you can do that for level 3 and level 4 also, of course. And next, yeah, pruning, there's nothing relevant here. This is to be removed or updated. This was still from the old version I was using to build trees, so not relevant. And for the leaves, what can we do? We can, yeah, disable the leaves completely or generate them. Next, one thing is the leaves are too small currently, so I can just increase the size to make them bigger, and then reduce a bit the X scale to reduce alternate dimension, so to give them a rectangular shape instead of square. And yeah, we can just select between a few different textures here, so all of them are just test texture for now, except this one maybe, which is a proper leaf texture, even if it's not the best one, and it's pretty low resolution actually. And yeah, still we don't have that many leaves, so you probably want to increase the number of leaves. So one thing to note is that you already have leaves on the level 2 here in my configuration, so if you just display that, you will see them, but you probably don't want to put them at the base of the branch, so maybe just the second half of it. So if you want to change that, you would increase the leafless ratio, maybe something like that, and increase a bit density maybe. Okay, and next on the level 3 and level 4, that's where you probably want to increase further the density. For level 4, let's bump this a lot. Okay. I feel like we could have a bit more level 3 branches. Okay. So that might maybe start to look like a real tree. And let's say it's what you want to use as a tree model. So from there, what you would do is just use this export button. Yeah, before we do that, another thing I should probably mention is that you can change the seed, obviously. So if you increase that, you get a different model using those parameters. But let's get back to the version 0, which is nice. Oh, and yeah, before we do the export, there's another thing I should definitely mention, which is on the curvature, and which is this gnarliness parameter. So if you set that to 0, actually, let's just hide the leaves for the moment. If you set the gnarliness to 0, you will see that the branch are very straight. They're only controlled by the curvature, the curve angle in this case. So that would go in one direction, but they're very smooth. Oops. And that's not really realistic. So instead, you can increase this gnarliness factor, and that's going to make the branch go, well, in random direction, in fact. So that's actually looking more like a real tree. So you have this parameter for all the levels. So you can make the branches go more or less in the random directions. And that's definitely useful to make the tree look more realistic. So we also have that for the level 1, the main trunk here. So if you put that to 0, currently you just have this cone display. You can still control the curvature angle, but it's not, yeah, you definitely want to use a bit of gnarliness in all those trees. And now with the curvature I added, it's getting too curvy. Okay. Alright, so that's it for the gnarliness. Now we can enable the leaves again, and as I said, when you think you are ready and you have a nice model, the cool thing is you can export that. So you use this button, and it's going to ask you to save your tree. So let's just replace model 6 from there, and you can save that. So now you have your tree model here saved as a GLTF file. So next you can take this model file and you can just display that in this GLTF viewer by drag and dropping the file, and you will get exactly the same tree that we have just generated in NervForge. So yeah, there's no error here, it's imported correctly, so you can use that in another 3D application if you want. Of course, it's only just a beginning for the moment, so I'm going to change a lot of stuff in this because as you can see here we have acceptable texture for the leaves, but for the trunk, the branches itself, we still have only this checkerboard texture, so definitely not correct. So that's something I need to extend here to provide support for additional textures. And yeah, there are a lot of other stuff I'm planning to add, but I just wanted to get started on that in case this could be of interest to someone. In any case, that's it for the moment. I think I didn't cover all the features, but you can probably just play with those entries, and if you have any specific question otherwise, you can also just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I think this is it for this time, and I'll let you know when I get an update on this project with another recording. So see you next time. Bye bye.